San Jose has been all Mitty. Mitty is 7-3 in their last 10 games versus Bell. However, Bellarmine beat Mitty 26-24 last season in a close matchup. This season, people are looking at Bellarmine to dominate this matchup, but when it comes to rivalry games, teams tend to even out. For the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs, the first full season of head coach Coach Sullivan's tenure has been disappointing to this point. With a 1-4 record, the Monarchs are looking to right the ship in the back half of the season. The Monarchs will be led by starting QB Wills Towers, who, despite only being a junior, already has 1 year of varsity starting experience under his belt. To the ball, Cooper Graham leads the Monarchs with 37 tackles, putting him fourth in the WCAL. In addition to Graham, Jason Malley will look to lead the Mitty D-line. This season, Malley has 15 tackles and 1 sack to his name. On the other side of the field, Bellarmine will be led by senior quarterback Wade Smith. The Bells quarterback is the end zone with junior running back Ben Pfaff. Pfaff has 436 rushing yards on this. Wearing number 22, Hansen has 32 tackles and 3.5 sacks on the season. This is a very crucial battle at a crucial point of the season for both teams. Stay tuned as we will be back with a national anthem and the opening kickoff after. It's a cool night here at Bothman Stadium. A breeze coming in as the Monarchs are taking on the Bells in this game. Tonight's captains for the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs are QB Wills Towers, defensive lineman Jason Malley, and linebacker Cooper Graham. As currently they are calling the toss. They'll give handshakes, and both teams will walk out onto the field for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of Catholic values shared by both of our schools and all the schools of the West Catholic Athletic League, we'll continue tonight's pregame with a prayer. Let us pray. Loving God, bless the communities of Bellarmine, Archbishop Mitty, and all of us gathered here tonight. Students, athletes, coaches, parents, officials, fans, and staff. Keep us free from injury as we compete tonight, and remind us of our mutual mission to love and respect one another. We ask this in the name of Jesus, your Son. Amen. Please remain standing to honor our country and the brave men and women protecting it and representing it around the world tonight. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner live, the Archbishop Mitty Pep Band under the direction of Jessica Taddeo.
It's October 8th, 2021, Battle of San Jose. Archbishop Mitty Monarchs versus the Bellarmine Bells. Here we go. As Bellarmine has brought a large away crowd for this much anticipated game. As the Monarchs will be receiving the kickoff. Looks like it'll be junior Danny Scudero and junior Ben Kim back to receive the kickoff. Earlier this week, I spoke to Ben Kim, and he said about the game, it's time to focus. It's one game, got to go in there with the right mentality, and when we go out there, we're thinking to win. To kick off the ball is Bellarmine junior Jack Rainey.
Number 6, Jack Rainey, to kick off tonight's game for the Bells.
Here we go. Is Jack Rainey will take his mark. And we've begun. The kick is off as they'll wave it away, and the Monarchs will have a touchback. Here comes starting QB Wills Towers. He's a junior, and as I mentioned earlier, he's already had 1 year as the starting QB for the varsity team. So far this season, he's been 47 for 96 on his passing attempts. He's got 559 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions both, and he's got a 62.8 QB rating. He's got Charlie Butler out wide to the right. As they'll snap the ball. Looks to the left. Taryn Thang with a big play to start off the game. Taryn Thang taken down by number 8, Brody Stratz, the senior. It'll be a 12-yard run. 1st and 10 for the Monarchs. Already off to a hot start. As Wills Towers look for the second snap. Butler once again out to the right. And it's handed off to Thang. Thang right up the middle. Oh, and he stopped, and it looks like it'll be a tackle for loss. It is right after the Monarchs get a big first down. Looks like their momentum's been halted momentarily. A big part of the Monarchs' play this season has been running the ball. As Wills Towers will receive his play call, run out there, and the Monarchs line up. Already a minute into this game. Thing in the backfield again. Towers. Oh, and a handoff on a sweep to Danny Scudero. Scudero coming up the right, and he's tackled. This looks like it might be just a gain of a couple, maybe one.
Number 10, Danny Scudero on the sweep.
So now the Monarchs will line up on the right hash mark.
Out to the 37-yard line.
As it'll be a 3rd and 5. Gain of 3 on the last play. As Monarchs, it's very important for them to start strong here. As Towers fakes the handoff, looks left, and he's got Ben Kim. Ben Kim runs past the half-yard, and he's down on the offensive side of the field. The Monarchs are rolling. As Towers again receives his play call. As Dominic Bacabella is out on the right. With Justice Tuovalu. And it's run up the gut with Taryn Thang again. So it looks like the Monarchs have designed this playbook this week to be around Thang. Also this season, Monarchs have been running the ball with Justice Tuovalu. He's got 53 carries, 230 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season. So we've got a 2nd down and 7 for the Monarchs at the 44. So line up for the snap. Thang once again in the backfield. Butler to the right. Towers takes the snap, gives it to Thang. Thang gets past a couple defenders. He keeps moving forward. Oh, and he's stopped. A good run, though, by Thang. Ran into some traffic and could not get the 1st down. As Ben Coker will take Thang down. So it looks like the Monarchs gained 4 yards on that play. It'll be a 3rd and 3. They're looking to convert on a 1st down once again. Done it twice so far. Got Butler to one side. Dominic Bacabella on the other. Hands it off to Danny Scudero. Scudero once again on the sweep. And it looks like that'll be another 1st down for the Monarchs. As another 1st down for the Monarchs. Now on the 27-yard line. They've continually pushed back this Bellarmine defense. So now they'll line up for the snap. Butler to the right, Scudero and Bacabella to the left. Tuovalu in the backfield. Oh, and a flag on the play. Looks like it'll be against the Monarchs, and they'll be marched back 5 yards for a full start. So far tonight, looks like the Monarchs can get this 1st down, but 15 yards will definitely be a challenge. It's Tuovalu once again in the backfield. A high snap. A fake handoff by Wills Towers. He keeps it, and he keeps running. Oh, and he pushes forward with a big 6'3", 210 frame. He's a hard guy to take down. And a flag on the Bellarmine Bells. Be added on to the end of the run. 1st and 10. Looks like we'll now. Mitty 1st and 10. The clock's rolling. As the Monarchs will receive their play call and line up. Scudero and Kim to the right, or Bacabella and Kim to the right with Scudero and Butler on the left. Tuovalu in the backfield. Towers receives the snap. Looks right to Bacabella. Oh, and it goes right through his hands. Would have for sure been a touchdown. But Bacabella couldn't grab the ball. The Monarchs will now face a 2nd and 10 on the 12. The Monarchs are looking to start on a good note. Probably one of their best starts of the entire season. This Bells team is good, and it will be important to get off on this hot start. As a timeout will be taken by the Monarchs. So far, Mitty has been marching down this field, a combination of passes and runs. Many of the runs have been with Taran Thang, but a couple plays have been made by Justice Toavalu. Oftentimes with the play calling, Monarchs have had to take a couple timeouts this year to avoid a delay of game penalty. Not sure if that's what they saw here or if they didn't like what they saw on the Bellarmine defense, as they'll now run back out to the field with Butler to the right. It's like Scudero, Kim, and Bacabella to the left, and in the backfield, Taran Thang. As a sweep by Scudero. Scudero takes it along the sideline. Looks like he'll get down, maybe inside the 5, maybe just short.
Danny Scudero on the sweep. Brought to a halt by number 2, Gino Cresci, and 24, Ben Coker. 4-yard run to the 8.
A 4-yard run. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Monarchs on the 8. As they line up, 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Thang in the backfield. Towers receives the snap. Looks to the right. To Charlie Butler. Touchdown, Monarchs. And Archbishop Mitty starts hot. It is 6-0. What a play from Wills Towers to Charlie Butler. Is Rade Galeb will line up for the PAT. Wills Towers the holder. Galeb, number 31, just the kicker on this team. And he'll hit the PAT, no problems. It's 7-0 to the Monarchs. As the Archbishop Mitty sideline is hyped. That'll be Charlie Butler's first touchdown of the season. As Rade Galeb now lines up to kick off. Has 2 Bells in the backfield to receive. It is now time for Bellarmine to get their first possession of the game and see what the Monarchs defense is made of. And it's off. Ooh, and a low kick. Oh, and they drop it. The Bells drop it, but it looks like they recover. Mitty player comes in late to try and grab it, but looks like the Bells will start around the 35-yard line. As here comes Bellarmine senior Wade Smith. And a flag on the play. A flag is thrown prior to the snap. And it's against the Monarchs. Encroachment, and the Bellarmine Bells will get to move forward to start their first drive of the game. They'll start on the 38 now with a 1st and 5. They've got receiver Rami Nijme out to the left. Running back in the backfield, that's Ben Pfaff. Pfaff runs it up the gut, and he's stopped. Looks to be only a couple yards on the play. Down at the 40. As now it's Chris Jabe and Rami Nijme out to the left. Receiver to the right, 2 in the backfield. It's handed off to Pfaff. Pfaff keeps pushing forward. And that looks like that might be a 1st down for the Bells. And yes, it will. As Bellarmine will be on the 48. As Thomas DiVittorio will line up on the right with Chris Jabe and Rami Nijme on the left. 2 running backs in the backfield. As he keeps the ball. A fake pass, looks over the middle to Rami Nijme, but cannot complete, goes right through his fingers. Coverage by Steven Anaya. So that's Rocco Trapani, one up to the left. In motion. Hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff up the side. And he's taken out of bounds before the 50-yard line. As expected, the Bells have been running their offense through Pfaff. Pfaff with 436 yards on the year with 9 touchdowns through 73 carries. And once again, 42 in motion. Strapani over the middle, and it's caught. Caught by number 14, Chris Jabe. And the Bells have... Bells close to the 1st down, and they're giving it. As the Bells will get a 1st down on the 47-yard line. So once again, 2 backs will line up in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. A fake handoff across the middle to number 14. Chris Jabe, and he'll grab the ball. Looks like he'll probably get the 1st down here. And yes, they do. They get the 1st down. The Bells will be on the 34-yard line. As Wade Smith once again lines up to receive the snap. Calls a motion on Zach Otterbray. And Chris Jabe receives the snap, and he decides to run it by himself. Carries it to the outside. Oh, and he trucks the Mitty defender, but gets pushed out of bounds. But it'll be a first down for the Bells. The Bells are firing right back at the Monarchs, doing the same thing, carrying the ball down the field inch by inch, taking time off the clock as we're already nearly 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Wade Smith hands it off to Ben Pfaff. Pfaff right up the gut, and he stopped. This looks like a hurry-up offense for the Bellarmine Bells. Smith hands off to Pfaff. Pfaff breaks through the defender, and he's into the end zone. The Bells have tied it up pending a PAT. It's currently 7-6 to the Monarchs, but once again, they just barrel their way down the field. As Jack Rainey is now out on the field to kick the PAT. And no problems there. It's good. It is 7-7. And it's now Monarchs once again looking to take the field and continue their momentum going on offense. As the pit are now quiet and Bellarmine's visiting section is going wild. Part of these night games are being on your home turf with your home crowd, and it's important for the Monarchs to get that support and be motivated. Jack Rainey set to kick off. Once again, Scudero and Ben Kim in the backfield. And it's off. Ben Kim steps up to receive the ball. So go up the center. He breaks through a couple players and he's taken down at the 25-yard line. Ben Kim coming into this game has returned 11 kickoffs for 178 yards. His longest was a 34-yard return, an average of 16.2 yards. His Towers now set to receive the snap. Thing out there. As he'll look to his right, Ben Kim with a catch, and he's taken down with a hard hit. The Monarchs are looking to roll. There's three receivers to Towers' right, one receiver to his left, with Thang in the backfield. Here we see the ball. Hands it off to Thang. Thang coming around the side. He breaks through a couple defenders. He gets past, and he's all the way to the offensive side of the field. Taron Thang with a big run. So once again, the Monarchs are rolling, especially with this rushing offense. It's another first down for the Monarchs. It'll be on the 49. It's Two receivers to the right, two receivers to the left. Thing in the backfield. Towers calls Thing to his side. Receives a snap. Looks right. Bacabella turns, but he's not able to grab the ball before it heads out of bounds. He was close, but a little far for him to reach. The Monarchs will now face 2nd and 10. As Towers hands it off to Danny Scudero on the sweep. Sweep up the sideline, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. Looks to be around a gain of 5 for Danny Scudero. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Monarchs on their 2nd possession of the game. So the Monarchs will look 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and Thing in the backfield. Towers receives snap. Fake handoff to Thing. He'll run it right up the center. Trucks the defender. He keeps moving. And a first down for Wills Towers. As Wills Towers, flexing his muscles, pushes right through the Bell defense. As time slowly ticking off the board, Monarchs might go for 1 or 2 more plays here to end the quarter. So once again, Thing in the backfield. It's handed off to him. He goes right up the side. He gets a first down. He's going. Oh, and he's taken out inside the 10-yard line as the Monarchs are rolling. As 2.7 seconds are left on the clock. Monarchs are in 1st and goal territory, 10-yard lines, or 10 yards to the goal line. This Towers in the backfield. Receives a snap a little bit high. Oh, and they fumble it. And a high snap. The Monarchs fumble it as the quarter ends. And the Monarchs thankfully recover the ball. Too many times this season the Monarchs have fumbled the ball. Thankfully they've been able to recover it, but sometimes it's not been good. Versus Sarah, when they lost 38-0, the Monarchs fumbled the ball on the closest time they were to scoring a touchdown. Was around the 25-yard line that they did. And that's just been costly to the Monarchs this season. In terms of Sarah, the Monarchs played Sarah 2 weeks ago when they lost 38-0. And last week, Bellarmine lost to Sarah 41-7. Both teams also played Archbishop Reardon. Last week, Reardon beat the Monarchs 14-7. A couple weeks ago, the Bells beat Archbishop Reardon 38-6. These two teams have 2 common opponents, both in WCAL play. So they'll strut out onto the field. 2nd quarter.
3-yard
On the fumble, the Monarchs lost 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal. A sweep once again to Scudero. But he's taken down. Sweep not as successful that time as it has been so far in this game.
Tackled by 33, Brandon Rock.
Third down and goal at the 12. Butler out far to the left, 3 receivers to the right, thing in the backfield. Maybe an audible here for the Monarchs. No, they'll call a timeout to get themselves situated. This is a big, pivotal moment of the game. If the Monarchs can't score here, you give Bell a chance to take the lead and take control. But if they can score here, they just keep moving with their momentum. As we'll see what the Monarchs try and go for here on 3rd and goal at the 12-yard line. They have Thing, and Thing who's been dominant this game. Tuivalu has been dominant this season. They've got Rade Galeb also ready to kick a field goal just in case they can't punch it in. For receiving threats, they've got Danny Scudero, Charlie Butler, Ben Kim, Dominic Bacabella, and Ronan Gilmore, among others. So it looks like they'll put 2 receivers to the left, Scudero and Butler, 2 receivers to the right, Ben Kim and Bacabella, and Taryn Thang in the backfield. As Towers receives a snap, looks left, Scudero's got the ball, and it's a touchdown, Monarchs! Danny Scudero. As that'll be Danny Scudero's 4th touchdown on the season. It's now Rade Galeb set for the PAT, looking to make it 14-7. And the kick is good. The Monarchs are up 14-7, 1 minute into the 2nd quarter. As so far, this is looking to be one of Towers' best performances on the season. As Galeb is set to kick off. Set to receive the kick. Will look to be Ben Pfaff. So maybe the Monarchs are going for an onside kick here. Nope, just a kick out to the right. It's received by Bell's player Brody Stratz. As Stratz will run it up near the 45. And the Bellarmine offense will take the field again. As going back to momentum, the Monarchs will look to come up with a big defensive stop here. It'll be very important. Wade Smith back out there. with Rami Nijme out to his right as a motion play. And a flag will be thrown onto the field before the ball is snapped. Monarchs encroachment will look to be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5 for the Bells. As motion. And another flag on the field. Monarchs encroachment again. It'll be a 1st and 10. A free 10 yards to start this drive for the Bells. As another timeout for the Monarchs. Final one. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite them late in this half. As both those times, it's been Rocco Trapani and Brody Stratz in motion when the Monarchs were caught with encroachment. So now, thanks to those 10 yards of flags, the Wade Smith will strut back onto the field on the offensive side of the field. Wade Smith with Ben Pfaff in the backfield. Once again, here's that motion from Brody Stratz and Rocco Trapani. It'll be a handoff to Ben Pfaff. Pfaff right up the middle. Past the 10-yard line. There's a flag on the play, though, as he'll keep going. And Don Bacabello will take him down what looks to be around the 17-yard line. And holding against Bellarmine, that big run by Ben Pfaff will come all the way back. As that could be a crucial mistake for the Bells. Here we go. Looks like it'll make up for for Mitty's 2 encroachment penalties earlier on this drive. As Bell will be moved all the way back to their own 40-yard line. That will be 1st and 23 for the Bells. Otterbrae in motion. Smith looks to a screen pass to Otterbrae. Otterbrae's taken down at the sideline around the 47-yard line by what looks to be Julian Sheeran Sewell. As the Bells line up, Smith takes the snap, hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff looks to move up, and he'll be taken down in the backfield. A big stop for the Monarchs. This will be what looks to be a 3rd and 18 for the Bells. 3 receivers to the right. Otterbrae in motion. As Smith with a screen past Otterbrae. Jukes past one player. And he'll get taken down. A big stop by the Monarchs. They force 4th down. Here comes the momentum. The Monarchs are rolling. As the punt team will come out. Ben Kim deep in the backfield for the return. 4th and 18. 9 minutes remaining in this half. As this will be Jack Rainey to punt. Rainey, a short punt. out of the field around the 36-yard line. As the Monarchs will take the field on offense once again. As that last drive did not look good for the last defensive drive for the Monarchs did not look good. As they started off with 2 early encroachment penalties, but a big penalty against the Bells took them back to the 40-yard line, and that big stop for the Monarchs gets them back on offense. As Wills Towers will take the field with Taranthang in the backfield. It's Taranthang. Oh, and he fumbles it, and it's recovered by the Bells. It's not the way the Monarchs wanted to start this drive. That momentum they just got is now in Bellarmine's hands. Tough break for the Monarchs. So the Bells will have a 1st and 10 on the offensive 37-yard line. So every single time a big moment in this game like that happens, the Bell visiting crowd gets rowdy. So Wade Smith will take the field again. With Trapani and Pfaff in the backfield. Smith will carry the ball. Gets through. Looks like it might be a 1st down for Wade Smith. Didn't like what he saw and decides to just take it. Oh, looks like probably a 2nd and 2 here for the Bells. An illegal shift against Bellarmine. As the Bells will move back to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the Bells. Smith. Motion. He's got 5 receivers. Looks for a screen pass to Pfaff. And a big hit! A big hit! The ball is knocked loose. An incompletion. Oh my gosh. Was that Julian Sheeran Sewell? The senior defensive back. As Pfaff looks shaken up. They'll call out the trainers to take a look. Wow. That can definitely be a game changer for the Monarchs. It'll likely be the first team to maintain momentum and roll with it. I think that probably will be the team to win the game. That is likely the key to the game. Wow. Once again, that name is Julian Sheeran Sewell with a hit on Ben Pfaff. As Smith sees a snap, he'll roll out. Oh, nearly sacked, but he'll keep the ball, and he's taken out. It's like a few yards on that run. He broke the tackle by Taranthang. 31-yard line. 4th down and 4. Big decision for the Bells here. All of a sudden, the Bells visiting crowd is quiet. As Pfaff is good, he'll retake the field, and the Bells will go for it on 4th down and 4. Smith trying to get the Monarchs to jump offside or full start. A flag down on the field. Multiple flags down. As the Monarchs are trying to get the pit hyped. Here we go. As finally the pit is going. It'll be 4th down and 9 for the Bells. Will they still try and go for it? Or will they punt the ball away? Looks like Wade Smith in the offense will stick on the field with Ben Pfaff in the back. 4 receivers. As Smith. And he gets sacked! He gets sacked! A big stop by the Monarchs on 4th down. Here we go. The black and gold is rocking. And the offense will retake the field after the fumble on their last drive. This Towers set to receive the snap. Hands it off to Thang. Thang gets stopped in the backfield, it looks like. A loss of 1 seems to be. 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12 here for the Monarchs. See, passing game has also been good today. The Monarchs have been showing a nice mix of rushing and passing. Now got Toavalu out there in the backfield and 4 receivers lined up. A fake handoff to Toavalu. Towers takes the hit and a pick by the Bellarmine Bells. That'll be Brandon Brock, the junior linebacker for Bellarmine. As a couple times this season, Towers has taken a hit and forced the pass. Sometimes it's worked out, sometimes it hasn't. That looks like a time to just take the sack, get back out there and go to work. But now the Bells once again have the ball. This time on the 28. This Bellarmine, quick few changes of possession. And Smith will set them into motion. Snaps the ball, hands off to Pfaff. Pfaff right up the middle, and you'll get stopped. As the Bells at the 21-yard line, 2nd and 3. 2 in the backfield, 2 out to either side of Smith. A fake handoff to Pfaff. Smith will take it around the outside. And he stopped, but he'll get the first down. Smith has had some good reads today. Looking at what's available and deciding to keep that ball. As the Bells are now on the 14, down by 7. Once again, 2 in the backfield, 2 outside the side of Smith. Smith hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff right up the gut. And he'll be stopped. Looks like it's inside the 10. Will be a 2nd and 5 here on the 9-yard line for the Bells. As Smith sets his player in motion, hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff looking around to go the outside, and he gets in for the touchdown. Pending a PAT, the Bells have tied it up. As the Bells will take the field to kick the PAT. Oh, nearly blocked by Steven Anaya. The Bells will hit it 14-14. As with 4.5 minutes remaining, Bell will receive the ball to start the second half. So it's very important the Monarchs go out and score a touchdown here before the half ends. Jack Rainey ready to kick it off to the Monarchs. Once again, Scudero and Kim in the backfield. And it's off. Kim will just take the ball in for a touchback. And the Monarchs will strut out onto the field at the 20-yard line, looking to piece together a touchdown drive after a couple of turnovers. The first one being a fumble by Taryn Thang on a run. The second one being Towers forcing a throw while getting hit. And an easy pick for the Bells. Towers now will receive the snap, looks wide, and the Bells will look for a few yards. Sorry, the Monarchs will gain a few yards. So that'll be Ben Kim on the reception. It'll be 2nd and 7 on the 23. Towers has Tuivalu in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left. As he'll hand off to Tuivalu. Tuivalu stumbles. Looks like he might have lost some yardage there. As Taryn Thang will now take Talavalu off.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 7 at the Monarch 23.
Towers will run back out there with the play call. 0 timeouts left. Be important for the Monarchs to manage the clock. Got Thang in the backfield. 3 to Towers left, 1 to Towers right. Towers sees the snap. Looks to the sideline and a catch from Charlie Butler. It'll be a 1st down and the Monarchs keep moving.
To the 34-yard line.
1st and 10 on the 34. With the Monarchs going out of bounds, they stop the clock.
11-yard gain to the 34. 1st and 10 Monarchs.
Towers will now line up. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Thang in the backfield. Thang receives a direct snap. He'll run it to the outside. Keeps moving. And it looks like he'll get the 1st down. Maybe he'll be just short.
Out to the 45-yard line. That's another 11-yard gain.
And on the 45-yard line, that's 11 yards for Taryn Thang. Not sure if the play was designed that way or just a poor snap led it straight to Thang, but either way, the Monarchs got a 1st down. As Towers got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Scudero in motion. Receives the sweep. Keeps moving. Maybe a gain of 1 on that play. Possibly 2. But not too much there for Scudero.
Scudero, the ball carrier. Tackle by
Yeah, looks like maybe 1 yard on that play for Scudero.
Gain of 5 inches. 2nd down and a long 9. Inside the Archbishop Mitty 46.
As it'll be 2nd down at 9. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Ball around the 45. Coming up at halftime are your Archbishop Mitty Royals. Towers receives a snap. Looks to his left. Takes a big hit. Oh! And once again tosses up a questionable ball. As if Philip Miller was turned around on that play, number 25. He totally could have intercepted that one. It'll be a 3rd and long 9 for the Monarchs.
3rd down and a long 9. Inside Monarch 46.
Towers will look to set up another Monarchs 3rd down conversion. He's got Thang in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Receives the snap. Looks to his right. And he's got Charlie Butler for the 1st down and more. So the Monarchs will be just short of the offensive 40. And the Monarchs just keep rolling.
Out to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Monarchs.
Towers will run back out onto the field. The clock is rolling, approaching 1 minute to go in the half. Towers sees a high snap, fakes a handoff to Thang. Deep! Scudero! Oh, and he couldn't quite grab it. That would have been a touchdown if he got his hands on it. Two good things coming out of that play. One, Scudero can get down the field. Maybe something you look towards again in this game. And the Monarchs, although it was an incomplete pass, they stopped the clock with 1:03 remaining in this half. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 on the 41. But it's more important that the Monarchs keep advancing the ball. Towers fakes the handoff to Thang. Gets it to the right to Butler. And Butler's taken out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock once more. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Monarchs. This Mitty will now be on the 26. 57 seconds. Monarchs looking for a big play on this drive. Looking for a touchdown. A direct snap again to Thang. He keeps rolling and he gets taken down. So the clock is now rolling. The Monarchs need to move quick. Towers will receive his call on the 24th, 2nd down and 8. Clock is ticking. The Monarchs need to be moving here. Towers receives a snap. Looks to his left. Danny Scudero. And he's taken out of bounds to stop the clock. The clock's still moving. Was he taken out of bounds? Looks like he wasn't. This Monarchs needs to get moving. Oh, and the stop goes high. As for the spike, the snap goes high. So Towers had to keep the ball and just force whatever he could. Monarchs can't get a touchdown to end the half. It's 14-14. We'll be right back after the half.
say the reason. There's kindness in the air, it takes me where I'm going. I think I'm happy and I know it. All these things keep going my way. I got a big old smile all over my face. Don't know why, but it keeps getting better. 'Cause it's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day ever. Best friends from out of town showed up in us such limo. The weather's fucked out, rolling down the window. We got more energy than lights in New York City, and I'll never ever forget it. Yeah. All these things keep going my way. I got a big old smile all over my face. Don't know why, but it keeps getting better. 'Cause it's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day ever. All these things keep going my way. I got a big old smile all over my face. Don't know why, but it keeps getting better. 'Cause it's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day. It's the best day ever. The best day ever.
highlighted Friday fight. What did the context of horse? Enjoy
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on AMHS Live. Tonight's matchup features the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs versus the Bellarmine Bells. We're sitting at halftime right now, 14-14. The Monarchs were not quite able to finish off that half like they would have. They marched down the field, and with a few seconds left to go in the half, they looked to spike the ball, but a poor snap forced Wills Towers to just come up with whatever he could, and they could not get those desired points to put themselves ahead going into the second half. Because of that, the Bellarmine Bells will automatically receive the second half kickoff, and now they'll have the chance to go in the lead. If that was not the case for the Monarchs, they could have been up 21-14 and maintained the lead and forced the Bells only to be able to tie it up. Now the Monarchs will be playing from behind, and the ball is in Bell's favor. So far in the first half, we've seen a mixture of passing out left and right, some sweeps by Danny Scudero for some first downs, and running up the gut from Taryn Thang. This culmination of plays has allowed the Monarchs to gain crucial yards and score those 2 touchdowns they currently have. The Monarchs ran into some turnover trouble towards the end of that second half when they had 2 consecutive turnovers, a Taryn Thang run up the gut in which he fumbled, and Wills Towers took a hit and he forced the ball out for an interception. On the Bells side of the ball, they've been working the ball with Ben Pfaff and limited passes. It's mostly just been the run game that's gotten Bellarmine up and down the field. Bellarmine's running back Ben Pfaff did take a big hit from Monarch defensive leader Julian Sheeran-Sewell close to the end of the half, but Pfaff did return to the game. With it being 14-14 in the second half, it'll be very important for the Monarchs to come up with a defensive stop on this first drive for the Bells. Coming off the half, the Bells, if they get this touchdown, will gain plenty of momentum and will possibly be able to take control of this game. This first drive will likely dictate how the second half goes, and the Monarchs be very, very important to stop the Bells. However, if the Monarchs do give up a touchdown, their offense will have to strike right back, and it comes down to Wills Towers. As we mentioned earlier in this game, Wills Towers, this is his second year as a starting QB for the varsity team. Only as a junior, he has plenty of experience, and he needs to really guide this team to a potential win. At halftime, also in WCAL, at halftime, St. Ignatius is up 14-7 over Sacred Heart Cathedral. As I mentioned earlier in this game, I spoke to Ben Kim during the week. He also mentioned that it's going to be fun playing at your own school, on your own field, in front of the fans. So far, seems like what it's been like. The pit has been rocking, and the Monarchs look like a new team compared to how their season has been going to this point. Also in WCAL, the Valley Christian Warriors are currently down 20-14 against the St. Francis Lancers. I also spoke to Danny Sullivan last week, and he mentioned that back in his days with Los Gatos, his alma mater, Friday Night Lights were a big part of the high school experience. Here at Mitty, that's not possible every week, but when we do get this one game a year, he wants his players to be excited about it, ready to go, and looking to win the game. As that's exactly what they've been doing so far this game. Senior Dominic Bacabella looks to be making the most out of this. Same with Julian Sheeran-Sewell and among other seniors. As we're approaching the second half, this game is just a battle of momentum. Can you get momentum, and can you keep it rolling? That'll probably be the key to winning. Other key to winning will be limiting turnovers for the Monarchs. For the Bellarmine Bells to win, it'll be just slowing down the Monarchs' offense and just continuing to make that run game effective. it'll be good to possibly mix in a couple passes with that, because they haven't really been going for those passing plays too much this game. As Rade Gleb currently is warming up, he's kicking from the 45-yard line. Just barely missed a 45-yard field goal. That shows that the Monarchs they do have range in their kicking. It can rely on it, and it could become a crucial part heading down into the second half, late in the game. This game is especially important for the Monarchs to right the ship going into the second half of the season. Not the best start whatsoever, but a win versus Bell is a win versus Bell and gets your confidence up. Before they beat Mountain View, which wasn't a league game, so doesn't have that same meaning, but in a battle of San Jose against a school that everybody was saying was going to destroy you guys, a big win will come handy towards their motivation going into the second half of the season. For Bellarmine, a win here means an increased shot at winning CCS, winning the WCAL and moving on into CCS and winning there, hopefully, for them. As Towers look to continue probably one of his best games this season. 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, unfortunately, but he looks like a brand new player out there. As the Monarchs are awaiting the kickoff, so is Bellarmine. Surprisingly tonight, Justice Tuivalu hasn't got the amount of snaps I expected him to get. Monarchs have been leaning on Taryn Thang as their lead running back. Could it be due to an injury? I'm not sure, but these are a new Monarchs we're seeing right now. They're motivated and looking just a lot better than they were earlier this season. As kickoff nears to begin the second half, 14-14. This is the time for the Monarchs to shine. To live up to their Monarch name, to be the Kings of San Jose. As Rade Gleb will step back for the kickoff. Here to begin the second half. And it's off. Looks like I'll be grabbed by Gino Cressy. Cressy up the sideline, he'll be pushed out. As Bellarmine will begin with a 1-10 on the 37-yard line. As out comes the Bellarmine offense, led by Wade Smith. Smith sets 2 players in motion. That's Audebray and Jabe. Snaps the ball, turns wide, passes it to Audebray on the screen. Audebray will run for the first down, is taken down at the 50. 13-yard gain on the first play of the second half. As Jason Malley will get the tackle on the play. Looks like Bellarmine will be sending 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Once again, junior running back, powerhouse Ben Pfaff in the backfield. Smith snaps the ball, keeps it, up the gut. And it looks like he'll get the first down. Could be a couple inches short, but a great keep by Wade Smith. And yes, it'll be a first and 10 on the 40-yard line. As here comes Bell. They set 2 players in motion, Rocco Trapani and Brody Stratz. Smith snaps the ball, hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff up the middle, and he's taken down. Looks like a 3-yard gain. Be 2nd and 7 here for the Bells. It's Bellarmine receiving their play call. Smith with 2 in the backfield and 3 receivers. Snaps the ball. Fakes the handoff to Ben Pfaff. Looks wide to Rami Nijme. And it looks like he'll get down at the 20-yard line. And another first down. This is not what the Monarchs want to start this second half. Just Bell marching up this field. Like the Monarchs' defense has suddenly vanished. It's the Bells. Smith stops the ball. Looks right. Oh, and it's caught by Thomas DiVittorio. Looks like Monarch player number 42, Austin Barbeau, gets a little shaken up on the play, but gets right back up and will be ready to go. Here comes the Bells. 2 receivers out to the right. Pfaff in the backfield. Set into motion. Rami Nijme gets stopped in what seems to be the backfield. Big stop for the Monarchs. That's exactly what they need. As Bell will line up, 2 players in the backfield, receiver on either side of Wade. Oh, and looks like a screen pass to Rocco Trapani. And the Bells have fumbled the ball. The Monarchs recover, and a big stop on defense, just like we had asked for the Monarchs. We asked the Bells to turn over the ball, and that's exactly what we got. The Monarchs will get the ball. First drive of the second half. It's important to start strong. As Wills Towers will strut out onto the field, leading the Monarchs offense on. This is what we talked about, turnovers. Those can kill you late going into this game. As Towers with a sweep to Danny Scudero. Scudero looks like he'll gain maybe 1 or 2 yards. Gets forced out of bounds. Oh, never mind. Looks like Scudero will lose a yard. 2nd 11 on the Mitty 9.
Second down and 11.
Towers back, snap the ball. Has 4 receivers out there with Taryn Thang in the backfield. Towers receives the ball. Looks to his right. To Dominic Bacabella. It's broken up, but there is a flag on the play.
Towers pass incomplete, intended for Bocabella. There is a flag on the play. Holding against the Bells.
This would be holding against Bellarmine.
Penalty moves the ball up to the 19-yard line.
Mitty will now have the ball on the 19-yard line.
Second down and a short 2.
2nd down and what looks to be 1. Once again, Towers is looking at 4 receivers and Thing in the backfield. Towers keeps it. Looks deep to Charlie Butler. Oh, and it's just a little bit overthrown. Butler could not quite grab it. Some tight defensive coverage by Bell's Nate Escalada and Philip Miller. As the Monarchs will now look at a 3rd and 1 on their own 19. As Towers snaps the ball. Hands it off to Thang, and Thang's taken down in the backfield. And the first drive of this half for the Monarchs will not be successful. Not what the Monarchs were looking for. They'll snap the ball to Wills Towers to punt it away.
Loss on the play back to 14. 4th down and 6.
The Monarchs do not look ready for whatever they're calling. Oh, and that'll be a delay of game against the Monarchs. Mitty was not prepared. Got some players onto that field late. We're not able to set up in time. And now the Monarchs will be backed up another 5 for this punt by Wills Towers. Towers gets it away, and it goes out of bounds around the 37-yard line. I believe that'll be the first punt of this game for the Monarchs. A punt on the play, a flag on the play. As out comes Wade Smith and the Bells offense. That'll be a sideline warning against the Monarchs. Bellarmine will now take the field on offense, the 35-yard line. Setting the Bells up in a good spot to take the lead. Wade Smith snaps the ball, looks left, it's caught. Looks to be a first down for a pass to Thomas DiVittorio.
Smith's pass complete to DiVittorio. Tackle by Bank. Gain of 9, second and 1.
It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Bells. Smith hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff gets taken down in the backfield. Looks to be a tackle for loss. As Bellarmine has really been using this passing game to start the second half. Maybe that hit earlier on Pfaff by Julian Sharon-Sewell has caused a little pain, and they're trying to use him limited to preserve him for the rest of the season. Could be the case, could not be, but that is my presumption. Smith. Fake handoff. Oh, and Rami Nijme was not facing Wade Smith. The ball goes right past him. Not ready for the pass. It'll be incomplete.
Pass incomplete intended for Lismer. Second down and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Bells on the 23-yard line. As the Bells line up. In motion. A handoff to Pfaff. Pfaff will look around the outside. And he's taken down by Cooper Graham. Looks like a gain of a couple maybe.
Falk the ball carrier.
Ooh.
Tackle by Graham.
Looks like a gain of 6 for 3rd and 4. Smith fake handoff. Turns out pass over the center. And that'll be Brody Stratz for the touchdown. Bellarmine is in the lead. 20-14 pending a PAT. It'll be 21-14.
17-yard catch and run. The throw by Smith, the catch and run by number 8, Brody Stratz.
As Jack Rainey will take the field to hit the PAT. Oh, once again, nearly blocked. This time nearly blocked by Julian Sharon-Sewell. Maybe the Monarchs will get that sometime today, but doesn't matter. Jack Rainey, nonetheless, hits the PAT. It is 21-14 Bells.
4:57 to go in the third quarter. Bellarmine takes the lead. It is the Bells 21, the Monarchs 14.
It is very important that on this upcoming drive, the Monarchs score a touchdown, because without it, you're giving Bell the chance to take away with this game and go on a 2-game winning streak in this Battle of San Jose. As Jack Rainey set to kick it off. We'll go the full length of the field. Ben Kim receives it. Oh, and a touchback for the Monarchs. And Wills Towers will take the field. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to reiterate it. It is important that the Monarchs go down and score a touchdown here, because without it, you leave the door open for the Bellarmine Bells to run away with this game. It's 21-14, around 5 minutes left in the third quarter. You need to score here on this drive. 4 receivers of Thang in the backfield. Towers receives a snap. Looks to his left, but it's brought down by a Bellarmine defender. Is now Monarchs 2nd and 10 on their own 20. As Towers out to Scudero. A screen pass. Scudero tries to shake him off, but they still get him and push him out of bounds. This will be a 3rd down and 4 for the Monarchs. Important that they get the 3rd down conversion here. Third down and 4. Towers, Scudero in motion. A sweep. Towers keeps it. He tosses it out to Cabela. Did he grab it? Looks like he might have. But a flag is on the play here for the Monarchs. Bacabella could not get it in bounds. There will be a flag, though, on this play. And it's a defensive pass interference. The Monarchs will keep the ball rolling at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. First and 10, Wills Towers will take the field. A sweep to Danny Scudero. Scudero keeps moving. Looks fancy with it. He goes the other direction. He's moving. He's going. Will he go all the way? And he's taken out of bounds around the 20-yard line. A big play from Danny Scudero.
Saved the touchdown. 35-yard gain.
35 yards for Danny Scudero. It's a 1st and 10 at the Bellarmine 21. That is Scudero's longest rush of the year. His previous long was 9 yards. Got a 35-yard rush then. It's Towers. See snap once again high. Hands it off to Thang. Thang looks like might not get any yards on that play. Maybe 1 or 2, but not exactly what the Monarchs wanted. Thang will come off the field. 2nd and 9 for the Monarchs. Clock is ticking on the 3rd quarter.
Gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 at the Bell's 20-yard line.
Toavalu will now line up in the backfield. Towers got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Sees the snap. Looks left. Out to Bacabella. It's caught. Tom Bacabella. And the Monarchs are now at the 2-yard line. It's first and goal. They're down by 7. Towers receives the play call. Scudero in motion. Takes a sweep handoff. Oh, but he's stopped by the Bells defense.
Scudero, the ball carrier. Tackled by Brock and Hansen. Loss of 3. Second down and goal just inside the Bellarmine 5-yard line.
This Towers on the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Ben Kim in motion. Now Scudero in motion. Receives a sweep handoff. Oh, but he's stopped once again by the Bells. Monarchs not getting what they want here.
Scudero, the ball carrier. Tackled by Crushy. No gain on
They'll have 5 yards to go on 3rd and goal. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise for the Monarchs. Gives them a little bit more room to make a passing play. Or maybe they'll stick with the idea of a run as Taryn Thang takes the field. Scudero and Butler on the right. Kim and Bacabella on the left. Towers sees a snap. Oh! And a bad throw. He tosses it up to Bacabella. Poor pass, nearly intercepted, and Bacabella swats it right out of the defender's hands. That was so nearly intercepted by Philip Miller. Philip Miller has been very close to some interceptions tonight. But thankfully for the Monarchs, he has not been able to get his hands on them. As Rade Galeb will be set up for the kick. 22-yard field goal for Galeb. And Galeb makes it. It is 21-17. Despite the Bells being ever so close to blocking that kick. The Monarchs still down by 4. It's 21-17. The Bells obtain the lead. They'll be receiving the kickoff here. The Monarchs need to come up big on defense. Looks like Taryn Thang's hamstring is tight. He's getting some help on the sideline from a teammate. Hopefully he's okay because he's been a key role in tonight's game for the Monarchs. As Rade Galeb is set to kick it off. Oh, and just a straight kick down the line. Faf picks it up. He's running right up the gut. He cuts by Julian Sharon-Sewell with a stiff arm. Gives past Stephen Anaya, and he keeps moving. Oh my gosh, what a return by Ben Faf. Looks like he's down around the 30-yard line. As the Bellarmine visiting crowd is going crazy for Ben Faf.
47-yard return for Bob. to the Monarch 32-yard line. First and 10.
"47-yard return for Pfaff. The Bells, first and 10 on the Monarchs 32. Smith has two receivers, two in the backfield, handoff to Pfaff. Looks like Pfaff is feeling good now because he is on a roll. That's Wade Smith. Stops the ball. Looks left. It's caught. As Bellarmine will move up the field with Rami Nijme. As clock is ticking down to end the half. End the quarter. Bellarmine will let the quarter run out, and the fourth quarter will start on the Monarchs' 14-yard line with the Bells up 21-17. As Coach Danny Sullivan is pulling his team in, it's time to get them going. They need to be firing on all cylinders. If the Monarchs can win this game, it'll be ever so important towards their season, towards momentum going into the second half of the season, just getting morale boosted in that locker room. Although their record could say 2-4 by the end of the night, doesn't sound great, but a win versus Bell, that will be amazing for these Monarchs. The Monarchs defense will take the field. Bellarmine still getting ready on offense. As here comes the Bells, led by Wade Smith. Smith's got two receivers, Nijma and Divitorio to his left. Sends Nijma into motion. Smith keeps it, and he'll be taken down by what looks to be Tyler Aremu. Second and 6 on the 10-yard line for the Bells. They send two players into motion. Smith snaps the ball, hands it off to Pfaff. Pfaff right up the gut, and he's taken down. Right now, Towers is sat on the sideline all by himself reviewing video. I think he's getting mentally prepared to go out there and dominate and win this game for the Monarchs.
Officials are determining the line of the game at about the 4-yard line.
As the orange lollipops will come out to check whether or not it's a first down for the Bells. Yes, it is. Looks like no doubt that Bellarmine gets the first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Bells. Wade Smith hands it off to Pfaff. Looks like he did not make it in the end zone, as Tika Reed's helmet came off, so Mitty will have to replace him. Evan Dexter will take his spot to try and come up with a big stop with the Bells on the 1-yard line. Oh, it's not. I think that was right to Pfaff, and he's taken down. A tackle for a loss. Jaden Conover with a tackle on Ben Pfaff.
Loss of a yard, 3rd down and goal.
Wade Smith snaps the ball. Fix handoff to Pfaff. Over the top. And it's a touchdown to Brody Stratz. I believe that's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Both touchdowns are back-to-back for the Bellarmine Bells. It's now 28-17. So now Jack Rainey will take the field to hit the PAT, increase the lead to 11. Oh, once again. Oh, but a flag on the play for roughing the kicker. I believe that will be added on to the kickoff. Kick is good. Bells are now up 28-17. This is what I was talking about heading into this half. You can't let the Bellarmine Bells get momentum, because now they are rolling and they now have 11-point lead, and you have to come from behind with 10 minutes remaining in the quarter. The odds are stacked against the Monarchs, but you never know. As I mentioned earlier, rivalry games always seem to have a special magic to even it out. As last year's game between the Bells and the Monarchs was a 1-score game. The Bells beat the Monarchs 26-24. Monarchs are trying to force this a win for them. Maybe a 1-score game in favor of them. The past 10 years, Monarchs 7-3 versus the Bells. They were on a 3-game winning streak versus the Bells before last year. So due to the roughing the kicker, the Bells will be kicking off from the Monarchs 45. Not something you see too often. But Jack Rainey ready to kick it off to Ben Kim and Danny Scudero. He has a leg on him. This could very well be a touchback. And that will be the case. A touchback. And the Monarchs will start this offensive drive on the 20. They need to get rolling. They were in the first half. That's why it's been so close until this point. Wills Towers needs to bring his experience onto this field. He's also got multiple seniors out there with him. Got senior receiver Dom Bacabella, senior running back Taryn Thang. Got offensive lineman and Jason Malley. Towers will snap it, hands off to Thang. Thang right up the gut. 2-yard gain for Terran Thang. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 22. As the clock will continue to tick down. As Towers receives a snap. He'll keep it. He goes around the outside. And he gets knocked out of bounds.
Towers on the option. Knocked down by Hansen and DiVittorio.
Towers gets a 4-yard gain on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 4 for the Monarchs. Once again, important that the Monarchs come up on these 3rd down conversions. They have 4 receivers out there. Thang in the backfield. Towers receives a snap. Looks to Bacabella, and he gets it inside. That'll be a 1st down for the Monarchs. A big 3rd down conversion for Archbishop Mitty.
Caught it and fell out of bounds at the 33-yard line. But not 34. That's a gain of 8.
1st and 10 on the 34 for the Monarchs. Scudero in motion. Gets the fake sweep. Towers has nowhere to go with it. He carries it. Oh, right through Ben Kim's hands. Had he caught that, that probably would have been the best play of the game.
Second down and 10 at the Monarch 34.
Important for the Monarchs to bounce back from that one. It is 2nd and 10 on their own 34-yard line. That's Towers back to receive the snap. High. Gives it to Thang. Thang gets hit hard and taken down.
Bang the ball carrier. Tackle by 54, Javon Rios. 4-yard gain to the 30.
4 yards for Thang. 3rd and 6. Once again, these 3rd down conversions. Monarchs will need this one. Towers will receive the play call and run out onto the field. As the Monarchs will call a timeout, either they were escaping a delay of game flag or they just weren't confident in the play. There's 8:15 remaining in the game. Monarchs down by 11. This will come down to the wire. Third and 6. The Archbishop Mitty Monarchs looking to come back in this battle of San Jose. 4 receivers and Thang in the backfield. Towers receives a snap. Fake handoff to Thang. Over the middle, Charlie Butler! Oh my, it's knocked down. That should have been PI. But Dalen Brun Rostro Was able to get the tight coverage on Charlie Butler. From my view, he had his arms wrapped around his. As Monarchs will go for it. 4th and 6, it looks like. You have no choice but to go for it. You're down by 11. You're playing Bellarmine. You're trying to get momentum for the next season. It is go time. Towers will strut out onto the field. 4 receivers. And Taryn Thang. Towers looks to Ben Kim. Oh, it's a bit overthrown. As the Monarchs couldn't get it. Turnover on downs. This could be the beginning of the downfall for the Monarchs. So the Monarchs will need to come up big on defense. A turnover would be preferable. Get the ball back quickly. You only have 8 minutes left in this game. You have 2 timeouts and 11 points to make up. As Wade Smith will set his players in motion. Oh! And he gets the Monarchs to jump off sides. Encroachment. 5 yards. 1st and 5 for the Bells. This is not what the Monarchs need. The Bells are at the 34. Smith snaps the ball. Looks right. And it's way overthrown on Remy Nijme. Takes a hit nevertheless from Julian Sharon Sewell. You would have needed Cristiano Ronaldo's jumping ability to reach that ball. Wade Smith snaps it. Fakes a handoff to Faf. Looks deep. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bellarmine Bells. That is Ben Faf with a receiving touchdown. And now the Bells are at 34, awaiting a PAT for 35. They are running away with this game. This is the last thing the Monarchs want to see. As Jack Rainey sets up for the PAT. No problem for Rainey. 35-17, Bells. This is the time to get the boys rolling. If you're the Monarchs, you need this. As Jack Rainey set to kick it off to the Monarchs. And it's away. Ben Kim receives it. He's running. Oh, and he gets stopped around the 25. Much better alternative to a touchback, though. Oline, I need the names for the outro. It's Towers. Now set to snap the ball. Looks to Charlie Butler, and it's caught. Those are the plays the Monarchs need to get on a roll. They're now at the 35-yard line. 36. First down and 10. Towers snaps the ball. Fakes a handoff to Thang. Right up the middle. And he gets around the 43-44. So it'll be an 8-yard gain for Wills Towers. 2nd and 2 at the 44. Towers snaps the ball. Looks right. Oh my. Ronan Gilmore was not ready. And that's the reason why that Bell player is a cornerback. Because he could not catch that ball when it was right there, presented to him on a silver platter. So the Monarchs step up, 3rd and 2. As Scudero in motion, gonna take that sweep run again. And he's taken out. Looks like no gain for the Monarchs. Maybe a loss of 1. It'll be 4th and 2. Once again, the Monarchs need to convert. Towers will receive the call for the ever so important 4th and 2. Towers receives the snap. Keeps it. He's going with it. Oh, no doubt he's got a first down. And he'll be taken down by a bundle of Bellarmine players. If I'm seeing correctly, looks like Brody Stratz took a few shots at Wills Towers when they were in that dog pile. This is a heated rivalry. There will occasionally be a couple shots like that. Towers sees a snap to Thang. Thang nearly gets taken down in the backfield. He'll fight for it nearly back to the 49. Looks like he'll lose 1. It's Towers. Sees a snap. Looks deep. And it's caught! It's caught inside the 5-yard line! That looks to be Danny Scudero. What a play from Wills Towers. 1st and goal with 4 yards to go, but a handoff to Taryn Thang. Gets the Monarchs taken down for a huge tackle for loss. So the Monarchs will lose 11 yards on that play. Towers looks the end. Bacabella. Touchdown Monarchs! Dominic Bacabella and the Monarchs piece together a beautiful drive. It's 35-23 as the Monarchs await a PAT from Rade Galeb. And it's good. It is 35-24. Bell is still in the lead, but the Monarchs are playing like they should have from the beginning of this half. As the players are attempting to get the pit hyped. Not much coming from the pit. As Diego Aguilar will be out there to kick off the ball for the Monarchs. Looks like they'll be attempting an onside kick here. Oh, but Bellarmine will get the ball. 50-yard line. 1st and 10. They're up by 11. So Monarchs very dysfunctional on getting the correct players out there so far today. Has resulted in a couple timeouts. As the Bellarmine Bells will take the field. Wade Smith calls in a motion. Snaps the ball. A low snap, handoff to Ben Pfaff. As Pfaff will keep moving. And he'll be taking it down for around a 7-yard gain. So we're approaching 5 minutes left in this battle of San Jose.
7-yard run up to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 3.
It looks like Coach Sullivan is not impressed right now with his defense's performance. They were solid in the first half, but I don't know what went wrong, but they are looking slow. And it looks like a timeout for the Bells with 4:33 remaining, up by 11. So Bellarmine on 2nd down and 3. If they can just keep moving this ball on the run, keep it inside, and just keep the clock rolling, and it should be a sure win for them. For the Monarchs, just quick stop needs to happen. With the current play of the defense, does not look like that will be the case. This game, from the moment the second half started, I could sort of sense that this game was going to start to slip away from the Monarchs. And right now, I mean, after that last offensive drive, they look good, but the defense has been struggling. So Wade Smith calls his players into some double motion. Snaps the ball. Hands off to Ben Pfaff. And he gets the first down. Exactly what the Monarchs didn't need. Thankfully, they got him down before he got too far. So taken down by number 47, Albert Wang. 1st and 10 on the 37 for the Bells. Now at 4 minutes to the end of the game. Wade Smith snaps the ball. Low snap. Hands off to Ben Pfaff. Pfaff taken down early by Evan Dexter. That is exactly what the Monarchs need right now.
Tackled by 44 Evan Dexter. Timeout. Archbishop Mitty.
So the Monarchs will take another timeout.
Couple other West Catholic scores. They are late in the fourth quarter up in Mountain View. St. Francis 34, Valley Christian 20. Up in the city of Kezar, their early fourth quarter is SI 20 and Sacred Heart Cathedral 14. And one other important score from up in the city
So
at Oracle Park. The San Francisco Giants 40, the Los Angeles Dodgers 0.
3:43 remaining in the game. Monarchs down by 11. As the Bells will take the field. Wade Smith keeps the ball, and he'll go straight through the Monarchs defense. All the way into the end zone. Bellarmine with another touchdown. They'll sit at 41-24 pending a PAT. Oh, but a flag on the play. A legal shift by the Bells. And they'll bring it all the way back. It's the Monarchs. Now have to be... So in WCAL news, Hassan the Missile Mahassan, a 4-star wide receiver recruit from Sarah, has committed to the San Diego State University Aztecs. Will be a great addition for the Aztecs. He lit it up here at Father Jack Russi Field. Last week, though, versus the Bells, he unfortunately tore his ACL and his season's over. We look forward to seeing him at the NCAA level. Wade Smith, deep. It's caught! Thomas DiVittorio.
Smith pass complete to DiVittorio.
As DiVittorio
29-yard gain to the 12. First and 10.
will now be at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Approaching 3 minutes left in the game. Smith handoff to Pfaff. Pfaff keeps pushing, but he'll be stopped short of the end zone.
Ben Pfaff, the ball carrier. He got about 9 or 10 yards. Now the officials have said 10 yards. So first and goal for 2.
1st and goal from the 2 for the Bellarmine Bells. They'll look to extend this lead to 18. So Wade Smith trying to go with a QB sneak. And he'll be taken down short of the end zone.
Smith up the middle. Creates a rugby scrum inside the 2.
Here we go. Looks like some jawing at each other. Mitty will take their final timeout. 2:12 remaining in the game. So if the Monarchs can stop the Bells here, and they only get a field goal, Monarchs will be down by 14. It'll take a touchdown, all within around 2 minutes with 0 timeouts left. It'll take a touchdown, an onside kick, and another touchdown. If they were able to go down, score a touchdown, and the Bells, they couldn't recover the onside kick, the Bells could likely just kneel out the end of the game. But so the Monarchs need a big stop here. Without a stop, this game looks like it's over. With a stop, there's still a little glimmer of hope for the Monarchs. So Bellarmine figuring out what they were going to do. Monarchs defense always quite quick out onto that field. Wade Smith hands off to Pfaff, and but he keeps it. I think he went the other way with it. They got me with that one. Nate Escalada with a touchdown. This game is likely over. It was a 1-yard touchdown. PAT's got this game at 42-24. So now Jake Rainey out to kick it. Maybe the Monarchs can finally get that PAT block here. I doubt it, but it would be very nice if they could. And no, they don't. Jack Rainey will seal the 18-point lead. Monarchs might try and get another touchdown to end this game. This game is likely over. As backup quarterback Tai Yoshida is taking some snaps on the sideline prior to the kickoff. The current score, maybe the Monarchs will look to get him in there for a couple plays prior to the end of the game. Not exactly the win the Monarchs had hoped for, but this performance, well, especially the first half performance, is something they want to keep going into keep going to the end of the season, possibly pick up a couple wins, maybe a shocker versus St. Francis, maybe a win on homecoming day versus Valley Christian. We've also got SI on the end to the end of the season, and senior day, because it's a Saturday game, versus Sacred Heart Cathedral here at Father Jack Rusi Field. So it'll be a touchback for the Monarchs. I'll start at the 20-yard line with 2 minutes left. 1st and 10. So the Monarchs take the field. Wills Towers maybe trying to get another touchdown in there before the end of the game. Towers gets a snap. Looks left to D-Bach. Dom catches the ball. And he'll get a few yards on the play. as they'll be on the 27-yard line. Towers with Tovalu in the backfield. Tovalu catches the block. Towers keeps the ball, scrambling. And he'll get taken down. Thankfully, he didn't try and force the throw that time because we've seen how that has gone tonight. So the clock will keep rolling. Approaching 1 minute left in this battle of San Jose. Towers receives the snap. Looks left. Dominic Bacabella. Oh, and he drops it. Ever so close to getting that first down. It'll be 4th and 6 with a minute remaining. On their own 24. Unless Bell wants to pour a little salt in the wound. If Mitty can't convert here, the game will be over. They'll kneel it down. So Wills Towers line up. Scrambles. Looks to Danny Scudero. And he'll be taken down around the 49-yard line. Good little morale booster there for the Monarchs. So the clock is now rolling with the 48-yard line. Towers. Scrambles. He'll keep it. Looking to go outside. And he'll go out around the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Monarchs. As earlier, the JV team lost to the Bells 21-16. Looks like the varsity team will fall to Towers. Out to Dominic Bacabella. Pass is dropped. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. So 36 seconds, 2nd and 10 on the offensive 40. Monarchs maybe trying to punch one more touchdown in. Down by 18. They're not coming back in these 36 seconds. It's Towers sees the snap. Looks to the sideline, and it's caught by Charlie Butler. And he'll go, I think. So Butler gets the first down and 10 at the 29. Clock is now rolling. Tovalu in the backfield. 4 receivers. Towers getting rushed. Oh, and it's a fumble. Michael Forney recovers the ball. So as the clock runs out, a good game for the Monarchs. They showed that they had the potential to win a couple more games to end this season. The Bells added another win to the record. The Monarchs fall in the Battle of San Jose. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Friday Night Lights on AMHS Live. Our stellar production crew tonight featured Daniel Hers, June Hill, Christina Blazinski, Athena Marquez, and Dylan Solpon. For the entire production staff, this is Royce DC saying thanks for watching and good night from Father Jack Rusifield.